Yeah, thanks, Steve. We were just having a chat, and it goes directly segue into what we're talking about today. Because this month we've been talking about living, you know, living. How do we live a life, a fulfilled life? And there's general practices that we do. And today I wanted to sort of open up the topic of obtaining something versus what we need as human beings, which is purpose and meaning. Purpose and meaning is very important. What you and I are about to sit down and do now, that's a purpose. We're sitting down, we're talking about mindfulness, and we're learning mindfulness tools and meditation. Okay. It has a long-term meaning. Why do we do it? We're not doing it because we're shelling peas. We're doing it because we're developing. We're growing as an individual. How do I interact with life? That's what we're learning. So to be able to get up and do something, that's purpose, and to have a long-term meaning for that purpose is important. This is vastly different to obtaining something. When we have goals and aspirations to obtain something, and we think that the obtaining something will be permanent, I obtain a house, or I obtain a car, or I obtain a relationship, I get something, I get something. Well, we miss the point that whatever I'm getting, it's impermanent anyway.
Yeah.
It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, whether it's a relationship or a physical item. Yeah.
Yeah.
So constantly going out and trying to get something to fulfill ourselves, whether it's a tangible object or whether it's a relationship with someone or a relationship with myself, to try and acquire something is pure folly. Pure folly. It just rises and falls and rises and falls, and we get all mixed up. So today we're looking at the fact that all phenomena, person, place, or thing, thought, anything, is non-attainable. What we do is we have an experience during a moment. That's all. So it's an experience. It's not something I've attained.
Right.
So why do we do that? Well, the purpose and meaning of the whole point of doing this is to sit on the mat and do a meditation and experience something. It's not something that you get to put in your pocket and walk away with. You don't obtain it. Yeah, you don't acquire it. So sometimes we might experience a pleasant meditation. Sometimes we might experience an unpleasant meditation. Sometimes we might experience a really deep and insightful meditation. And sometimes we might not. There's no guarantee of what we're going to do once we get on the mat, other than we're going to experience whatever rises and falls. That's all. If we come to the meditation session with an expectation of experiencing something a certain way, we're trying to control the outcome, then you can see we're just wasting our time. It goes against everything we're trying to achieve. What we're achieving is the ability to say, I don't know what the outcome will be. Because ultimately in life, I don't. I have no idea. However, regardless of the outcome, I have the tools and techniques to have an experience through that outcome. And without getting too bogged down into it, it's important to walk the path of ignorance or frustration or whatever I'm experiencing in order to get to this place of wisdom. Because we don't walk a path of wisdom. We move toward wisdom through the path that's opposite. Ignorance. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Ignorance, frustration, or anger, that's the pathway that we have to walk. So we know, well, that's not what life is. That's not fulfilling. And then by the time we get to wisdom, it's looking back and say, well, thank goodness I walked that path. Thank
Yeah.
goodness I had all those experiences. Otherwise, how the hell would I know what the opposite is? And yet too often we try and get out of the uncomfortable experiences. We don't see them as the gold that they are, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Satipatthana, we do it again. Even if you're only watching this once a week and we're doing this practice once a week, it is better than none. It's better than nothing. If we can take time to sit down for 30 minutes and experience whatever rises and whatever falls without trying to control the outcome, then the more we do it, the more we get used to it, the more we see everything in real life off the mat as simply an experience, just fleeting moments in time. That's all it is. And we cease trying to control so rigidly how others should act, how I should act, how the world should act. It's just like, interesting. That's all.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's the contemplation during the meditation. And as you know, and I know, and hopefully those who are viewing these know, there's 3 steps. The first is to just have awareness of where we are. Then we move into concentration, and then we allow contemplation to rise. So, where are we right now? As Steve just did. Let's loosen up a little bit. If you need to move the body, move the body. Check in with the self. If the physical body is tight, just let it loose a little bit while you get centered, while you get into a position. If you're sitting in an upright position on a chair, just legs are shoulder width apart, no footwear on, so that you can feel the surface under the soles of your feet. Gently close your eyes. Can begin with, to just really set ourselves up for success, is that 3 intentional breaths or dragon breath. Is in deep through the nose and exhale with force through the nose or mouth, whichever you prefer. And dropping the shoulders as we exhale. And we do that 3 times just to let our body know we're not in danger. Whatever we've been doing, we can just let go of for a little while. Whatever's coming up next, we can just let go of for a little while. Just be calm and centered and here. And with the eyes closed or hooded, for some who like to just almost close them, but not totally, that's fine. Begin to do a check-in with the physical body first, starting at the top of the head, and intentionally recognize any parts that are caught up, anything that is tense, and gradually start to loosen up. So loosen up the neck, loosen up the shoulders. As you breathe in, acknowledge whatever is tight. As you breathe out, allow it to loosen. We're just using the breath as a reminder, and we're placing it in certain parts of our body so that we can focus on those parts of the body. You can start right at the top of the head and work your way down each and every vertebra, one breath at a time. And relax each and every vertebra in the spine. We'll already witness that the mind might start to wander off. We'll just bring it back to what we're practicing for now. The anchor point we're using is each vertebra moving down the spine. And letting the body sink into the posture that we have. Allowing the spine to be erect like a stack of coins and the body to just hang off it. The rib cage and the spine, just hang off the body, off that skeletal part of the body. You can continue to just relax each part of the body down the back of the body, from the spine down through the buttocks. Make your way down the backs of the legs, all the way down to the bottom of the feet, the soles of the feet. Taking your time, everyone will take a different amount of time. And whenever you've done that, you start again at the top of the head and move down the front of the body. You'll notice that we're learning to accept the body as it is and relax it. We're not dictating how it should be. We're just acknowledging. Awareness says this is how it is, and then I can relax it. It already starts to feel good when I relax the body. It's not on guard. And when we're doing the front of the body, we start at the top of the head and we do the forehead and we allow the eyes to relax and the nose to relax. We allow the jaw to relax and the tongue to relax. And the neck to relax. And we allow the chest to relax. Ignore that timer, it should have gone off a while ago to start the session. And we relax and soften the belly and the fronts of the legs. Oh, I forgot the fronts of the arms and the hands, each of the fingers, making your way all the way down to the toes in your own time. Each time the mind wanders, we come back and use concentration to focus on the anchor point of the particular part of the body that we're just softening. Once you've done it once, you can do it again. You can go back to the top and just redo it with such intention and concentration. Every single breath, focusing on one part of the body. Inhalation, exhalation, and release. Then move on to the next spot. Allow yourself to feel the comfort that just comes over the body. The physical body becomes more comfortable as we release all of the tension. If there's any part of the body that feels particularly stuck, any part that feels tense, knotted up, or uncomfortable, remain there. Don't move away from it, just remain there, sit with it. Focus on your breath. As you breathe in, bring your breath to that point in the body. Imagine that it's coating itself with whatever discomfort is there. And as you exhale, you're releasing the discomfort. Don't shift the body. Even if it's starting to cramp up, begin to practice just to bring the breath to wherever it is. Allow it to be coated in whatever it is, and then allow it to exit the body through the breath. Now we're doing this piece by piece. We're not jumping from one point of the body to another. We're learning to go from the top, right through the bottom, down to the toes, at the front and back. It's a systematic way. It's not just jumping hither, thither, all over the body. It's not reacting to whatever comes up. It's actually taking your time and moving through each part of the body with intention. If a different part of the body is vying for your attention, don't go there. Stay with wherever you are as you gradually move through the body. When you get to that point, you'll get to that point. It may have shifted by then, you don't know. We begin to see that truly all over the body, there's sensations going all the time. It's always something rising and falling, relaxing and tightening. It's happening all of the time because that's what it does. When we come to accept that's what the physical body does, and we start to concentrate on each aspect of the physical body, and we start to recognize that it's impermanent, whatever it's doing, it's rising and falling. And we're teaching ourselves the truth regarding impermanence. And this principle remains the same for all phenomena, every single thing you can conceive. It's impermanent. Therefore, there is nothing to obtain. You can't obtain something that's impermanent. You merely experience moments of it. We learn that everything is equal in value. In other words, if it's comfortable or uncomfortable, it's equal in value, because if it vies for my attention and I react, in other words, I try and get more of it, or I try and push it away if it's uncomfortable, I try and get more if it's comfortable or pleasing, or push it away if it's uncomfortable or unpleasing, I'm just creating unnecessary turmoil. The mindfulness practice is just to acknowledge this is what it is, and it's impermanent. If I don't react, if I just step back and experience it, then it all becomes fascinating. It's not a struggle. So once you've scanned through the body, at the back of the body and the front of the body, once you've done that twice, we move into the mind itself and just step back and scan the mind in the same way. Just notice what rises and falls. Don't react to it. Don't try and obtain a clear mind or a calm mind. Just observe. Whatever thought is dropping in, just observe it and then gently let it go. Take a breath, observe the next thought and gently let it go. And just do this for a few moments. There's no right or wrong thought. We're just observing what keeps rising up and falling. When we let go, what comes up? Sounds simple, but it's not easy to concentrate on every thought that comes up and then let it go. It takes a lot of practice. And this again is where we develop concentration. Repetitive practice. I recognize there is a thought and I'm letting it go. I recognize another thought comes up and I'm letting it go. No following. After a while, you'll get sick and tired of this. So we start to look at the gap or the space between the thoughts. And that's where we start to rest. We become aware there's really no need to just keep acknowledging every thought and letting it go. There's such a gentle space between them, and we start to expand that space and rest in that space. Thoughts will come and go, but we're not really paying attention to it. We're not attached to it. And it helps to use the breath to focus on the space. Inhalation. Just imagine that space in your own mind. There it is, beautiful empty space. It's clear. When I say empty, it's not empty because there's thoughts rising and falling, but we're not attaching to them. We're sitting in the clarity of just space. And when we exhale, we let that moment go. There's a whole new moment coming. As you inhale, we're in the space. Whatever is being experienced, we let go of that as we exhale. Even if you think you're experiencing nothing, let go of the nothing. Sit with every breath as it is, every moment as it is. For those of you who have been meditating for longer, you might begin to realize some form of insight rising up, and that's okay. For those of you who haven't, don't go seeking it, just sit in the space. Sit in the calm abiding. And insight will be just a knowing. There's this knowing. It's not necessarily a vision or an experience. It's just this, it's ineffable in a way, but it's like an indescribable knowing or knowledge about something. It's like a little aha moment. And that moment gradually gets bigger. Things become clearer. Things about life, death, cycle. Things start to make sense about impermanence. Even emptiness itself begins to make sense. Emptiness, this space that we're sitting in. It's not void or nihilistic. And it's not eternalistic. It's beyond all of that. If you're not going down that path, that's okay. Just sit and enjoy shamatha, calm abiding. Don't try and attain anything. Do the opposite. Look for nothing. Experience everything. And attach to none of it. If the mind has wandered, come back to the level of the practice that you're at. Doesn't matter where you are in the practice. Whatever level you're comfortable with, physical or emotional. Releasing thoughts or sitting in the space between the thoughts. Whatever you're comfortable with, just stay there until such time as you're ready to move forward. Don't force anything. Don't seek anything. That's the paradox. Observe everything, control nothing other than concentration. Keep placing your mind where you want it and then let go. Once you've done that sufficiently, you don't need to place the mind anywhere. You cease trying to concentrate. In other words, you even cease trying to control. You just let go of everything. And you'll go deeper and deeper. Imagine if you're in a big ocean and you're just wearing a weighted belt and you're allowing yourself to go deeper and deeper. You're not fighting, trying to struggle to get to the surface. And you suddenly realize you can breathe underwater. It's okay. You can just float. That's what we're doing. Weightless, timeless, boundless. Everything that's happening right this very second, everywhere in the universe, you're aware of. You're not controlling, you're aware of it. You're part of it. It's part of you. Nothing to be done. Everything's doing what it's meant to do. Doesn't mean it's right, wrong, comfortable or uncomfortable. It's just what it is. If the mind has wandered, just bring it back to that empty space. Let go of the physical body if you can. Let go of the breath if you can. You don't need any of it. Don't force it. Just gently let go. As if you're holding something in your hand and you just gently open your hand and let go. You're no longer attached or clinging to it. Let go of the physical body. Let go of the emotional body. Let go of thoughts, feelings, sensations. If any of those keep rising up, acknowledge it and just let them go again, one at a time. Whatever rises up, let go. Developing the awareness of impermanence and developing the awareness of emptiness, what it truly means. What does emptiness truly mean? This is what it is. It's nothing and everything simultaneously existing. It's a harmonious dance. As the observer, we begin to realize we don't need to control it. There is nothing to control. We experience each moment as it is, accepting it with calm and centered emotional state of being. If we get excited, that's fine, get excited, but then let it go. If we get frustrated, but then let it go. Just see it for what it is. Keep letting go, keep letting go, keep letting go. Don't seek one over the other. Have the whole lot. Why not? Why not have the whole experience? It becomes very fascinating. Witnessing phenomena. I'll leave you in silence for a few minutes. Gradually begin to bring yourself back in the space you occupy. And whenever you're ready, you can gently open up your eyes. And then we spend a few moments just contemplating your own personal experience, whatever it was. What's the takeaway? Oh, thanks for sharing time, everyone. And I hope that gives us purpose and meaning. I will ask your permission, Steve, if I can make this a public recording. I know you're on it.
Of
Thanks.
course.
Thank you. Usually I only do public recordings when nobody's on it and the group's not actually on the screen, but
That's fine.
it'd be nice to share.
Yeah, of course.
All right, mate. Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
See you next week. See you, everyone.
See you,
Enjoy the
mate.
journey.
Take care.